AI is one of the most talked themes in global markets today. But instead of looking at individual stocks randomly, it's far more useful to understand AI value chain and how different types of companies participate in it. In this video, I'll walk you through a simple analytical framework to understand the AI ecosystem from software chips to tools used in design them. This video is purely educational, not a buy or sell recommendation, so please take it with a pinch of salt. Before we get into the framework, I want to quickly share why am I making this video. I work as a technology integration designer and an innovation consultant at my firm. My role involves working around hands-on with emerging technologies, understanding how they are architected, how they scale, and how they are used to solve different real-world problems. Because of that, I spend a lot of my time looking at just the technology itself, but also at how it translates into business models. Who builds it, how people benefit from it, and where the value is created. So when I talk about AI, I'm not approaching it as a trader or a stock tip provider. I'm sharing an analytical lens based on understanding of technology and business structures. The goal is to share a framework, not to tell anyone what to buy or what to sell. Now let's get into understanding the AI stack. AI is best understood as a stack. At the top, there are applications and platforms. Below that, there are chips, and beneath that, there are tools and machines that make those chips possible. Let's walk you through each layer one by one. The first layer that we are going to talk about is AI software. Now, in this AI software, there are multiple companies. Examples include Amazon, Meta, Google, and there are some unlisted players like Anthropic, which are again funded by Google and Meta kind of things. There are not pure play AI software companies, they are platforms that use AI to enhance cloud services, advertising, and consumer products. Analysts typically look at this layer to understand where AI demand originates from. Then comes the second layer, which is semiconductors. Now, to understand semiconductors, you have to go a little bit deeper into it. There is something called a semiconductor foundries, which is the next layer of the AI manufacturing process. Key players here include TSMC, Samsung. These companies manufacture chips designed by others using extremely advanced processes. This layer is critical because advanced AI chips require cutting edge manufacturing capabilities. Below that, there is a very important layer of it, which is chip manufacturing equipment. Companies like ASML provide the machines which are required to manufacture advanced chips. ASML is currently the only commercial supplier of EUV lithography systems, which are essential for leading edge semiconductor and manufacturing. This makes this segment highly specialized with very high technical barriers. Then comes another layer called Fabless Fab. So, what do we mean by Fabless Fab? These are the companies which actually use different softwares to make AI chips. And the examples include AMD, Broadcom, Qualcomm, and even Nvidia is part of this, but I've kept it out because of the valuation crisis in Nvidia. Valuation in this segment vary widely depending on the end of market growth and expectations and product cycles. But Qualcomm is a very good player, and recently the valuations have taken a sharp hit. At the foundation of there is something called as EDA tools, and companies like Synopsys and Cadence provide the softwares in which the AI chips are made use with these companies like Nvidia and all. But the thing is, there is extremely high moat in these softwares on how to build these softwares. It needs around 30 to 40 years of research and investment create these kinds of softwares. So there's extremely high moat in these companies, and there are only 2 to 3 companies globally which command the market share in this, and very few people know about them. So one of the great companies like that is Synopsys. So why am I sharing this framework and how can you use this? So to use this framework, the purpose of this framework is not to recommend stocks. It's to help you to ask better questions. Where is value being created? Which players are capital intensive? Which layers have high switching cost? This helps interpret the industry news and earnings more clearly. Disclaimer: this video is for educational purpose only and does not constitute any investment advice. So the key takeaway from this video should be not buy and sell recommendations. Actually, these are not the stocks I have listed down so that you can buy or sell them. But to actually understand the framework of investing in stocks, like one layer is understanding the deepest layers of technology, then identifying the right kind of listed companies which are there in that stack, like a vertical understanding of it. And then the next part is using your financial lens to understand these companies, like are the valuations okay, is the pp, what do we mean by p is price to earnings ratio, is the price of the stock, p is in nominator, e is in denominator. Is the denominator quite low and the price is very high, like in terms of Palantir is an EI stock which has like 400 PE, so the valuations do not make sense at all. So that is why we have kept it out. Nvidia, the valuations are way too high that they don't justify the market conditions, they don't justify the, you know, the sales of the company. So there are some financial metrics that you need to apply after understanding the complete stack of the technology, identifying the right companies. These are all good companies, by the way, but only few of them have the good valuations and are actually investable. For example, Amazon and Meta. It's not that Google and Nvidia are not good companies in AI space. They are extremely good companies. It's just that the valuations don't make sense. So you have to add an additional layer of filter into the right kind of companies. If you don't do that, you might end up losing money. And if you don't invest at the right time, at the right valuation, there is a very high chance you lose money in these kinds of waves where everyone is talking about these kinds of fancy technologies. So that is what I have tried to do here. So I have written down what is the reason behind what should be your investment thesis behind investing in some companies. Like Amazon and Meta are trading at much lower valuations. TSMC has like the highest market share. ASML is kind of the only company which makes the machines. Qualcomm is a good company. It had some tumultuous years, but it's still kind of monopoly on the global stage. And Synopsys has a deep research moat, and also the valuations are crazy good. So instead of trying to run behind the most hot stock right now, you have to have a systematic thesis behind identifying the right kind of stocks so that you are well aware of what you are getting into. Because I've seen a lot of people making these kinds of mistakes and getting into really deep pits that they can't come out of. So please be mindful before investment. Please don't take my advice on investment. Do your own research. And if you like these kinds of things, please follow me. And yeah, I will be coming up with tech understanding in future. Thank you so much.